Hello, welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another small drone that's only possible thanks to the latest automatons update. And this thing that I'm currently standing on is called the Oblivion Defender Drone 166, which is, well, this lovely thing shooting the poor albatross in the distance. So this is a combat drone that's set by default to follow you around and blast any enemies with its railguns and its gatling guns, and it should prove very useful considering how much damage is dealt to that large ship over there. Once you spawn this in, you will need to do a few things, so for the moment my character's gonna hop out of this, and we're just coming to the spawn menu, just spawning a brand new one. So this drone is 1,253 small blocks, using the Sparks of the Future, Warfare 2, Heavy Industry, Automatons, and Wasteland DLC packs. There's a lot of very useful information about it on the Steam Workshop page, shows its specifications, how it's been set up, and what it can do. So for the moment we'll give this thing a thumbs up, we'll then copy it to clipboard, and then just spawn it in the right way up. So yes, while that's still pummeling in distance, we need to come into here, just need to come into this part, into this, and find the AI blocks. So for whatever reason, the combat block doesn't have any weapons set up, so we will need to add in all of these, then go up to the top and enable AI. There we go, that'll now fly away and start to shoot the enemies, but once it's done, it'll then come back to you and follow you around on your adventure. So what we're going to do, being that thing has frozen in place, is we're going to take a quick look around the outside, get a good view of what's going on with it. Then we're going to go through some of the controls because we can manually control it, and it does have a few other tidbits they can do, such as displaying a fake projector to signal that it's scanning something. And there we go, that was a nice shot with all four railguns into the poor albatross, and it should sit still now to allow us to go around it. So finding the free camera coming over to the drone wherever it's gone, looks like another one has finished its duty and it's now going to follow my character around, but we'll ignore that one for the moment. This is what we get at the very front of the Oblivion Defender Drone. So what we got at the front is a bunch of white blocks make up the main body, and what's going to house all of our batteries, all of our reactors, and of course atmospheric thrusters. Atmospheric thrusters are the only form of thrusters that are put on this ship, so we are only really good for planets. And on the left and right hand side we can see two railguns, one gatling gun to blast your enemies with. We have a camera on the front there to allow it to scan for enemies, and of course for when you take manual control over this, so you can see what's going on. Right in the middle, below that, we do have an access panel just from decoration. Then we've got 166 written in the middle, with a red light on the top left. If we were to move around onto the side, there we go, we can see containers of how it's been connected up to the main body. That's all we can see on this side, so that's the side of our railgun and gatling gun. Coming around towards the very back, some great use of our columns. There's the back of the containers to link across to our railguns. And at the very back here, we can see an antenna on the left hand side, make sure we can always find this thing. We can see 4 atmospheric thrusters to push this thing around. Moving down underneath this thing, there's our large atmospheric thruster, there's our connector ejector block, and there's the bottom of our railguns. Moving all the way up and looking down this thing, that's all we can see. So there's the top of the railguns, and not much else. To shove the camera all the way through, we might be able to see a few more bits and bobs on the inside. All the way down, into here, and there we go. So that's the top of our atmospheric thruster, there's a few more to slow us down, there's a bunch of batteries, and as we have to move along, there's our cargo containers. All the way over to this section, there's our hinge that goes across onto our projector, and this is how we're going to get our fake scanner at the front, which I'll show you in just a minute. Anyway, looking down, more thrusters, more batteries, looking up, even more batteries, and I think that's about it. So now what I'm going to do is grab hold of my character, and we're going to go up in front of it so you can see the scanning animation. So in third person view like so, I'm now going to come in front of it, and it should trigger. It might need to get a bit further away. There we go, now move all the way up to it. And there we go, there is the little scanning animation coming off that projector we just saw on the hinge. Third person view, that's all it does. And it's just a nice little novel thing that adds to the personality of the drone. With that done, that's the outside, that's this little feature. What we can do is just now stand on top of it and come to the control panel. There's the other one trying to scan me because I've got a certain distance away. I'll just come into here, remote control, and we can come into control and take over it. Now what we can do is if we were to turn off the AI blocks, so all the way up to here, turn that off, we can now drive this thing around like a proper ship. If you wanted to, you can now come into the camera and view that, and you can just fly around like a proper little small fighter. And there we go. And if you really wanted to, you could attach on the controls for the guns and manually blast stuff. That's entirely up to you. As for that, that is pretty much it for what this thing has to offer. What I will do for the moment is now turn on the AI blocks. We'll now come down to the combat block and make it target. Well, let's try and make it target the ship a bit more. So now we're going to go for default. That should, after a certain amount of time, go back after the albatross. And there we go. There goes the gatling guns, there goes the railguns, and it's just going to blast away at it until there's nothing left. But what I can do to finish off this video, because not too much else to talk about, is very self-explanatory what it does. And of course, if you are familiar with the drones, you do know how to set these up to do different stuff. So what I am going to do is move away from this and, well, join the enemy faction by spawning in a small fighter, then flying all the way over it. And here we go, I've spawned in the good old Dex fighter because it is a very easy to use ship and very well balanced with thrusters all the way around it. And it does make for a good shooting target. Oh god, there goes a railgun from the drone that was trying to follow me around. And that was a very narrow escape. I'm so surprised I actually dodged that. But here we go, all the way around. It should go after me with the gatling guns in just a second. And it looks like it's trying to turn around and follow me. There should be 2 more drones up ahead. And they should any moment now turn around and start to blast me. Now I'm going to get a bit lower, try and tempt fate. There goes that railgun. Will the other one turn around and try and shoot me? It might do, it might not. And there it is right there. It's still trying to go for that small little drone that I spawned in earlier before I started the video. And they seem to be doing a pretty good job at deterring me from getting closer. Here we go once again, all the way down, flying a little bit slower this time. And they should, oh god, there goes a railgun. They might be too focused on the Albatross in the distance. So go back over to this one, which was just floating around trying to follow me. I spawned in the ship. Thought I saw it down there. Oh god, there goes the railguns. They just whizzed past me. I'm now going to go head to head with this one, all the way forwards. The gatling gun should engage, there it is, and it's now going to try and start to blast me. So yes, at the end of the day, it's not going to be too good for actually fighting fast-moving targets, but for deterring enemy drones, such as the standard space pirate drones, it's going to be absolutely perfect. And considering that you're going to be running around on foot with this thing, not having it follow you around in a fast ship, it should prove very useful at protecting you. And of course, if you wanted to, you could always put these on the patrol pattern around your base, and have them, well, just shoot anything that tries to get close. But yes, that is that for this video. It's a lovely little drone to use in your world if you do want to have something with a lot of firepower that would be very good against a large moving target, such as a large capital ship that's trying to fly over, maybe even a giant space pirate ship like a mine layer, or one of the big enemy transport ships. This would be very useful with that. So anyway, there'll be a link to its description below if you wish to download and play around with yourself, ignoring that bit of friendly fire there. And I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.